Hey, it's Yesenia and Sam.
And this is ONT Now.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, Yesenia.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah. A little tired, I don't know. I mean, we had a lot.
It's been a long week.
Yeah.
Long 2 weeks. We didn't have an episode last week.
Right.
Busy.
And I know there's people waiting for us to respond to some of the things that we talked about in one of our last episodes, which, believe me, is going to happen.
Yes.
I mean, but some of the big news that
Which I'm sure, not to beat around the bush, the chamber stuff.
Right.
We'll touch on it. Don't worry.
It's going to happen, believe me. But bigger news, I just wanted to let you know in case you were wondering, should I give my forwarding address to where to send my mail after I get caught for setting fire to Capri Pizza?
All I'm going to say on that is that it's really mean that you did not give me a heads up because I was camera ready, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well,
I was camera ready.
As I was gathering I don't know, is it electrical gas? I don't know how I did it, but
he does it all apparently now.
Yeah, so ridiculous.
Okay,
but
so
no.
just for the record,
no.
We and Sam included were not responsible for the fire at Capri.
No.
Okay,
and the fact that there's some people who went, you know what? That seems like something that might actually be true. I mean, just unbelievable. But I digress.
Oh my God.
So to get onto a serious
and he
note,
works for the building department, doesn't he? Anyway,
well, to go into a little bit something more serious, right? We've had a series of tragic events kind of be related, actually happen in the neighborhood, and actually be related to people who are from the neighborhood happen. We primarily put our media, we choose Facebook as an opportunity for us to put our message out there. So we understand how powerful it can be. But at the same time, one of the things that we actually had some trouble with, right? You're saying is that these things are happening, and yes, normally news media outlets or whatever, people want to be first. They want to be first to get those pictures out and everything. And quite frankly, the Capri thing, that's kind of how that happened. But it was a different situation.
I think that was more like, hey guys, this is what's going on in the neighborhood.
I mean,
that's happening right now.
I just grabbed my phone and I felt compelled to talk about it. But no,
these and what we're touching on is there were two shootings that have affected our neighborhood.
Yes.
One, there was a shooting here in the East Side neighborhood on Friday afternoon, which took the life of a Maurice
Pappas Nelson, yeah.
So the other shooting that took place was on the north side, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a Hegewisch resident, Officer John Rivera.
Yeah, 23-year-old police officer with his whole life ahead of him. Now, granted, that story was handled, I think, properly by the media.
Yes.
I'm sure that they made sure that the family was aware.
And realistically, maybe it was because it was like 2, 3 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. So people are sleeping. Right. So, during that time, they take care of what needs to be taken care of.
So as respectful as an organization could be about the loss of one of their members, that's how you handle the situation. Now, we've been made aware, and I know that there's some people in the community that were very upset about the handling of Maurice Nelson's death because...
And rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people out there who did not know about it, did not hear about it, and like you had said earlier, you're saying, I mean, that's a common nickname, right? I mean, didn't you think maybe that was... Like,
I reached out to, obviously, one of our partners played basketball with him, so... When we were talking to each other about, hey guys, did you hear about this? He knew who it was. Yeah. And the first thing that I heard when I heard the nickname is another Papas that I know. And it's just, and that's the same thing, the same reaction that people are going to have when you're seeing the name on Facebook is that's a very common nickname. So, hey, you as a person, you don't want to hear that your family member passed away on Facebook. Just have the same respect. I mean, you wouldn't want to hear it that way. Yeah. You don't need to be the first one to break the news. You don't need to be the one to post the pictures of the body. I mean, even when the lady was on Brainerd Avenue,
who was hit, and everything that was going on there. I mean, that was early in the morning too. People were driving by,
and that's what it is. It's early in the day.
Yeah.
So. Right away, people want to be the first one to break the news on Facebook.
Did you see that? It's like that's somebody's mother.
It's one thing to alert people of, yes, there's a shooting, guys, be careful. Totally understandable. Right. Then there's another one and say, did you hear who so-and-so passed? Come on. Just have Facebook etiquette. Be considerate of the family. This is not how they want to find out. Be respectful. That's it. Yes. That's all it is. We just
felt like we couldn't, and even as we're talking about sensationalizing these things. We just felt like it was something that we had to touch on.
Yes.
Just because we're all a community here, and these are things that we deal with, and unfortunately, we've had too many
especially because people were messaging us for information.
Right, asking.
And it's not that we don't want to respond, but we're not going to respond if it's not our place to respond. It's not our place to give that information. We're not going to give it. Now, if the family wants us to share something, yes, for sure, we'll share it.
Yes.
But if it's not the family giving us that information or it coming from the officials, the police department, that's different. But so we just wanted to make that clear. It's not that we're ignoring those emails when you guys are messaging us for more information. That's not the case. It's just that it wasn't our place to share.
Sure. And if any family members or people who represent the families want to share with us what you're doing for fundraisers, or if you're doing anything that you'd like the community to know about, please share it with us. We'll handle it as respectfully as we can and make sure that the community is aware. Speaking of which, there is going to be a bit of a fundraiser for Maurice Nelson at the basketball place that they played, right?
Yes,
the place
basketball. The gentlemen that he played basketball with are putting together a fundraising event in Linwood
for Monday the 25th. The place was called the Southland Center. It's the Ho Chunk Nation. It's actually, the address is 10 Southland Drive, Linwood, Illinois 60411. So if anybody,
7 o'clock.
Yeah, if anybody wants to reach out to them, or if you're curious and you want to know what's happening, that we're going to post this in the morning, we'll be able to respond to you, what time to be there, what's the address.
We'll give you the details.
We'll give you the details. But so just try to be a little bit more respectful for people, because we're all family. This is our neighborhood. This is our community. So just be a little bit more respectful for what's going on.
And on that note, it's getting really nice out. Spring is here, which it's a great thing. We all love the nice warm weather, but it also brings more activity out there. Right. And activity we need to just remind our young ones, even ourselves.
Correct.
Try to stay active. Try to stay out of harm. Try to, if you see some kind of activity going on as a neighbor, as a resident, you see something going on, call the police right away. We need to stop with this persona that you want to stay out of there. Where people want to stay quiet. You don't want to be a snitch. Right. Hey, you know what? I'm like, it's time that we need to start speaking up.
Exactly.
Put it out there. Stay active. Get our kids active. We have the Eastside Little League is going to be starting soon. The Eastside Little League has their parade on April the 14th on Sunday. It'll be along Ewing Avenue. We have Hagwish Little League will be starting soon as well. Get these kids active. Get these kids busy. Keep them busy.
And if you don't know, because believe me, there's a lot of things that we're not aware of that are going on. We're trying to gather a lot of information. Let us know what
activities are.
So if you have an activity that you feel like isn't getting the right word out there in the community, let us know. We'd love to share it. And if there's something that you're, like, say, for instance, you don't know exactly what's going on, we might know. So send us an email to info@ONT.
And I don't know, and I'm sorry, Carlos, because I don't know the name of the thing, but Carlos Margarito, a lot of you know him in the neighborhood, also has, like, volleyball and basketball, I believe.
There's a lot of good things going on
for kids as well. So if you want to send us your information, we'll put it out there as well. So let us know.
Other than that, I am happy for the longer days. I feel like there's things that
and the warmer weather. Today was a nice day.
Yeah.
Well, today's Sunday for us. I mean,
Anytime
tomorrow.
the sun is out.
Nice. Yeah, and I'm excited because hopefully, and I gotta find out. I don't know if El Potrillo is open yet or not. If anybody can let me know, I was gonna take a drive over there and see. But I love El Potrillo. I look forward to that. Rosa is awesome, and I am a huge fan of their jicama ice cream and mango.
I'm a huge fan of their frutas.
Yes. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And
so I'm actually I'm just gonna drive up there because I tried calling the number and it wasn't going through. So I'm hoping that they are open now, hopefully soon. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
So what else is going on?
So on another note, I finally finished Game of Thrones again with my husband.
Okay.
Because I made him watch it all.
Watched it all over.
I watched it all over again, and I made him watch it, and he loved it, like I told him he would. So now he's obsessed, but lucky for him, he doesn't have to wait much longer because we are like a month away practically for the first episode.
I was at dinner with Nat yesterday, and I don't know why. She had made a reference to it, but that was as far as she was going with it, and I was like, you understand what that means, right? I mean, one of the dragons was brought. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! I mean, if you haven't watched it, don't say it. I don't know if you want to say it. Well, no, don't. You're gonna.
So let's just say, Fire and Ice is like a big deal that's going to be going on. Big deal. And I'm wondering
what if we do like a first episode, like a season
where
premiere.
You dress like the queen and I'll dress like Momoa
Dude, my
with
family,
no shirt on. And
let's do it. I'm gonna go blonde. No.
I'll be Aquaman, but
I actually, as when my kids were little, I wanted to dress them up as Arya and Jon Snow.
Oh, see, I didn't pull off a Jon Snow. That's a coat.
No, well, my son, I was gonna do the stroller. I was gonna make the throne. As a stroller, you know, and I was gonna buy a Siberian Husky. I swear I was gonna go all out, like buy a dog with it and everything. Siberian Husky.
You're gonna see somebody walking around like this now.
I know, but it's okay because we're gonna do it anyway. But now they're older.
We'll do it better.
We'll do it better. So yeah, I'm really excited about the first episode. We should definitely do like a season premiere. That anyway, it's gonna be April 14th, I think it is. I think it's April 14th.
Baseball season is here. We've already had a couple of games they played in Japan. Suzuki left respectfully. I mean, that guy played Hideo Ichiro, yeah, right. Ichiro, yeah. So 40, I think he's like 43 years old.
Oh, wow.
Still playing baseball.
So that's like old, right? Like, I mean, what age?
That'd be like me playing baseball. Yeah,
not to be vulgar, I'm the same there.
But it's like, what is like old for sports like... old, unbelievably, is like
35?
30.
Oh my Jesus.
Once you start to get into your mid-30s, it's a wrap.
Wow.
Man. So for him to go into his 40s like that, I mean, as I tell myself, there's no way. Look at I'm old, I gave up. And then we have a man that's my age still playing baseball. Wow. But so baseball's coming. We're going to be fighting about the Cubs and the Sox thing, I'm sure. I enjoy it, though.
I like it.
I really do.
I mean, we're not going to be fighting here, too, because we're both Cubs fans. Yeah, but my husband is a Sox fan. So maybe we'll get him on the show or something. Maybe.
Or somebody.
Yeah. So I want to touch on something that we didn't get a chance to talk to because we didn't have an episode last week. But what is going on with this Aunt Becky thing?
Aunt Becky.
And the school, Aunt Becky, what's her, I forget, Lori Loughlin, is that her name?
Oh, you're referencing a character.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Aunt Becky from Full House. Come on, everybody knew who I was talking about except you.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that? Okay, here's my point. Because the first thing that I thought myself was like, I remember when I was in high school, mind you, I didn't know anything about schools. I literally applied to one school at all, and I got in, and thank God I got in. I went to U of I, University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. Okay. So I luckily got in, but if I wouldn't have gotten in, I didn't apply anywhere else because we weren't taught any of these things. We weren't taught. Nobody talked to us about scholarships. So, I mean, come on, our counselors were a joke.
Counseling is a little lax.
It was bad. So my thought at the time, I wanted to go to NYU. I was in love with theater. Yeah. Man, that would have been my school. Like I remember wanting to fill out the application, and the application fee was like $100, and that's the only reason I didn't submit it. So I was just like, but I would have loved to have been able to apply. Now, I thought for a second, and I said, man, if I had the opportunity to pay someone to go there, hell yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. But that's because the chances of me getting in
are
a lot.
It just speaks to a certain type of entitlement that having that kind of money and influence, whether it's influence derived from the money or whether it's being famous. Yeah. I mean, we all know that the rich and famous have opportunities that...
Oh, for sure.
That, should I say, regular people? I don't even know how to say... But everyday in general, people, we don't have as many opportunities. So to find out that there was this sophisticated business basically set up for individuals who maybe couldn't qualify academically.
Which is the sad part. Because it's like, you didn't qualify academically, then you shouldn't be going to that school.
You shouldn't be going. And unfortunately, I think we know this too, right? A person who doesn't qualify for a school academically and has their parents or family members paying for their entrance, how much do you value that education anyway? They're probably just going to continue to pay. They're going to get their degree, and they're not really going to have a degree that they're going to use. It's just, you've got to have that stamp on your life. And
at first, I felt bad for her daughter because I didn't know the daughter. I don't follow her, nothing. Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, it sucks because it affects the child.
But then, I watched her YouTube. She said something.
I watched her YouTube videos that they posted. Yeah, she just pretty much doesn't care about school. Is there to drink a party, and that's what upset me because it's like, these people, and this is why I am so, it saddens me because it's like already us coming from a community that we don't have the opportunities. Our school, I mean, let's be realistic. Our schools may not compare to the schools that they go to, so we already don't have the opportunities that they have.
Yes,
education wise.
I heard somebody put it frame it in a way that where we come from, or sometimes you come from urban neighborhoods like this. There's so many things that pull you down.
Exactly.
There's about 500 traps you can fall into, where maybe there's only this 1 or 2 opportunities for you to actually reach up and get out of here. And unfortunately, you think about those people who they took it from somebody who might have qualified.
Exactly.
And I know that there's all this discussion about setting aside certain things, certain spaces for people, because they don't want it to be about necessarily what your ethnicity is. What is it called when they set aside class for equal opportunity? What is it called?
Are you talking about when affirmative action?
Affirmative action, yes, there it is, where they actually set aside. But I mean, look,
have to, because realistically, we can't compare to that. You cannot compare. I mean, even just in general, when I went to U of I and I was in the classrooms with kids that went to even Whitney Young or even things that my mom didn't know for me to apply there. I mean, this Washington High School is right here. That's the school you're going to go to. Right. It's no question about it. It's just being educated. And when you have families that are coming from neighborhoods that don't have that education or don't have, and they still reach those high levels. I mean, it's like we from here have to
it's extra
do
hard
10
work.
Times harder to get to where they are.
Do you ever see the people? Do you ever see the people put, when they work out, they put extra weights on their ankles and they put backpacks on and they run with parachutes?
Like that's how it feels.
What it's like.
That's how it feels
coming from here. To be successful.
It sucks. It sucks, and you know what? And shame on them. Shame on them, because guess what? That $500,000 or whatever it is you paid could have paid for 5 or 6 kids' educations that can't afford to go to school.
As a grant, or
you could have given it as a grant for a kid that actually wants to be in school to learn, not to just party. So that's my say on that. I'm sorry. It just really pissed me off when I read that. It's just sad. It's saddens me, and it's just irritating.
But if you have any input, again, please comment. Make some comments. Send us an email at info@ontnow. Speaking of which, we actually did have somebody. We call her a fan.
Somebody
Tony.
reached out to us.
Thank you, Tony. She actually gave us.
We got our first fan goodie bag. Yeah. I'm so excited. Okay, did you open yours yet? You better not.
I think the blue was for you and the pink was for me.
Oh, they know my favorite color. Here, this one. Huh? Okay.
So, let's see what do we have.
Oh my god! Look.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, these are nice.
Sleeve. Look at that. The little logo we have. ONT now. Well, thank you.
Oh, and a long sleeve. Oh my god, these are so nice. Thank you so much, Tony. These are so nice.
Yes.
These are nice. Love them. Thank you so much.
We'll wear these when we go to, next time we're all together somewhere.
Well, I've been wanting to do, I'm seriously going to go check to see if El Potrillo is open now, because we need to do an episode over there. That is like one of my favorite places.
Yeah.
In the South Side.
The kitchen and everything. Yes. I like how they do things.
Yeah, for sure. Or, we definitely have to stop by there. So, anyway, thank you so much, Tony. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone that's reached out to us. We want to keep hearing your feedback. Want to keep hearing what you have to say. Let us know. We also want to be able to read some of your, I know like Sam was saying earlier, he wanted to read some comments that have been on Facebook. So we're going to start reaching out to some of you guys. If we see your Facebook post, and we're going to ask you if we could share it on our page or share it on our next podcast, and we'll share it.
There's people who make very good comments.
Yes, for sure.
During the week. So thank you so much. Thanks for the t-shirts, Tony. We really appreciate it. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you.
And this is ONT Now. And we'll see you again.
Thank you.